And now it's time for something serious.
Serious.
All right, you guys, we're going to do this. We're going to do this without getting too heated. Well, I think we're all kind of on the same side of here. But our something serious today.
Somebody go get me a bucket of ice.
I want to talk console wars, you guys. And I don't want to just, I want to do Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo.
Which console? The one coming out in March?
Huh?
PC as well.
Okay, no, yeah, bring PC in the mix.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's the main focus?
I just want to talk, so really, like, what's the reason to get each console? So, obviously, every time a new console comes out, everyone's like, this console's better, that console's better, my friends are playing this games are coming out on that. There's a million different reasons to buy one console or the other.
Okay.
In my opinion, I think one console, and once, everybody here knows I bleed blue when it comes to these, but I think Sony has really outdone Microsoft as far as console specs, showing support, and like exclusive games. In my opinion, right now, Xbox One has Forza, it has Halo, which honestly didn't do fantastic, and it's going to have Gears later this year. It does currently have Tomb Raider, but PlayStation's getting Tomb Raider later this year.
It also has that, what's that crazy one where you ride the rails, and I didn't care for it, but Showdown.
Sunset Overdrive. I'm talking like big IPs.
Rise,
though.
Son of Rome, and on rails, right?
And then there's that too.
So I'm looking at games.
They have more, but PlayStation's are better.
I wouldn't even say they have more. So PlayStation has obviously Uncharted that just dropped.
Bleed blue for me, Brandon.
God, I know.
Come on.
Like, put me on the spot, and like I'm just dropping the ball here.
I'll put another one out there for you. Bloodborne.
Oh, yes, there we go. They also have Gran Turismo to combat against that. Drop another one for me.
Killzone.
You're wearing a blue shirt too.
Well, I don't know. I think. I know that Killzone was on 4 when it first released, but isn't the series dead now?
No.
Oh. I'd like to see an actual good one come out, but sure.
And then there's other like consoles like Nintendo, and obviously nobody buys Nintendo's console because it's powerful. Everyone buys Nintendo because of the games that are on it. So you're gonna get the Zeldas, Pokemon's, blah blah blah. Zeldas, Pokemon's, blah blah blah.
Zelda.
So one every like
8 years.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was on
one
on
every other console generation.
You get a handheld from Nintendo and call it even.
And call it.
So you want to know why to buy what? What do we like the best? Kind of thing?
So in my opinion, and I'm sure there's people out there who are going to be like, Brandon, you're fucking full of shit. You're wrong. You're stupid. You're broken.
I got you.
The Xbox is brilliant, and it probably is. I own an Xbox One, and honestly, I don't ever play it. Like everything.
Where is it? I brought a hammer today.
Yeah, it's sitting in my room, and I use it to stream Netflix.
That's an expensive Netflix machine.
Oh, it is. It is indeed.
Sell it and buy a TV that just does it for you.
It is.
Oh,
indeed.
actually, you know what? Google Chromecast now is
we'll do it for $30.
Well, $30, right?
Yeah, 30, 35.
And you just have to have a good phone, which
and Wi-Fi
probably isn't a Microsoft phone either.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay, good to know. Just putting down the tallies.
So like, what about you guys? So like I said, like obviously, like it's very obvious. Like I'm a PlayStation fan. I've always made that obvious. But like, what do you guys think? Like, is there like sell me an Xbox? Somebody like tell me why an Xbox is better than my PlayStation.
Okay, I'm not going to say any consoles are better than any of the other consoles personally. This iteration of systems, though, I spend more time on my PS4 than I do on any other console. However, this is the first time I have been more PlayStation than something else. So last two iterations, I was all Xbox because my personal opinion, the PlayStation 2 is a fantastic system. I've got meat hooks the size of meat hooks, and the PlayStation controller, I would cramp. My hands would cramp.
That's fair.
And this is true. You can look this up. The Japanese purposefully made the controller like they did so that it would eventually tire out your hands, so you wouldn't constantly game and ruin your life, and you'd focus on things. You know how the Japanese are. They're very detail oriented, professionally oriented, that kind of stuff. So you wouldn't focus too much time doing that. Me, I was one of those people. My hand would hurt all the time after prolonged playing.
Your thumbs hit each other because
you'd always be touching. Exactly. But when they came out with that first Xbox controller, that boomerang,
that thing was a brick. It was you could kill someone with while playing your game.
Yes, and I loved it. And then the 360 controller was even better. But now in the new systems, man, that PS4 controller is like descended from heaven. It's just carried by angels and placed in my hand. It's beautiful. And they finally got the triggers right, which to me was very impressive. So back to my point, I spend more time on PlayStation 4 than I do on my Xbox One. I do have an Xbox One. I do like my Xbox One. And for certain games, I would prefer to be on my Xbox. For example, I know that Fallout looks a little bit better frame rate wise on PS4. I prefer the darks on the Xbox One better for my Fallout game. Xbox One is historically better with darker colors, where PlayStation is historically better with brighter colors.
It's true, but you know what I can do?
What?
Change
Adjust
the
your
settings on my
brightness.
TV.
I know. But I just think it looks better when it comes naturally.
No, and I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there is obviously some point to buy an Xbox, because if not,
Absolutely.
Sony would have just. I mean, they've kind of ran over Microsoft.
They have.
This year.
There's no denying
But
it.
Xbox is, Microsoft isn't hurting.
No, not at
they're
all.
selling
No.
a good chunk of consoles. They're doing well, for themselves.
And it's also a better system if you want more of a multimedia system.
Yep.
If you want a system that can do more things, get an Xbox.
Yeah, if
you
you
want
wanna-
to focus on gaming and better looking gaming and pretty much just gaming, get yourself a PlayStation.
If you want to play
Period.
NFL while you snap an NFL game up in the corner, Xbox is for you.
is the one for you,
If you
yeah.
want to play Uncharted, that got 29 perfect scores, PlayStation all the way.
Fanboy.
That's right.
But I like both, but I spend more time on PS4.
All right, Zach, I know you're in my corner right here.
Yeah,
Back me up.
he's been bleeding blues all life.
Back me up.
I mean,
On
I
the
want to
blue.
know what Josh says, because I kind of want to feed
Okay,
off like half
all
the
right.
stuff he says
Josh.
half the time. Only half the time.
Josh doesn't
PC,
bleed blue
shut up,
or
everything
green.
else.
He's a master racer over
No,
here.
I used to. I started as a PC gamer.
We're peasants.
I didn't stay as a PC gamer, obviously, because
What pulled you over to consoles?
The Xbox.
Did it original Xbox or?
I had a
360?
Nintendo. It was actually a Nintendo 64. I started
Oh,
playing
nice,
console
nice.
on. Because back then I didn't have a powerful computer. My family couldn't afford one. And then I got the Nintendo 64. I got the Xbox. I got the Xbox 360. I got the Xbox 360. I got the Xbox 360. I kept getting the Xbox 360
Hey, I bought 3
You're like
PlayStation
shaking
3s,
the world
okay?
over here.
like 10 times.
Remember, beat your hand, Josh. Beat your hand.
My hand. 10 times about the Xbox 360. Didn't
Really? 10 times?
yeah. It was
Did I
bad.
only had to buy 3?
It was bad.
I did 5.
I had a stack of them at one point. We shot most of them, but and so when it came to this new generation, I needed a change. I'm like, I'm gonna get back to my roots. I'm gonna get back to PC gaming. I bought a PC. I haven't regretted it once.
Nice.
Because the PC, you say, oh, well, if you want something gaming orientated, you get a PlayStation, and the PC is not for everyone. That's
of course not.
It's not for filthy casual people. It's not for plebes like you guys. So it's the PC gaming. It's all about gaming being your primary hobby
And
about-
pretentious.
It's no, I don't like the whole PC master race stuff. A lot of people think I am. I'm just kind of doing it for show because I think that it's all a personal preference. But when it comes to PC, though, you have to be willing to put forward. If you want to really get the most out of gaming that you possibly can,
And stay current.
those friends, stay current, is you can get you can get a nice PC for $500, the price of one of those bundles. You have infinitely more options for games.
Yep.
You have multimedia. You can do everything that you need to do on a PC. If you think about everything that we do editing wise for this stuff, Phatt Chat, we do on a PC. And it's the PC gaming is you can find millions of communities, you can find millions of different groups, you have so many tools to help you get the most out of your games rather than it just be a screen. You can mod your games, you can get support plugins for games to make multiplayer a completely different experience. And you get these options that the consoles cannot get, and that makes those options are what make gaming on PC infinitely more better. Is because as gamers, what we love the most is options. Think about when you get a customized character. How long do you guys spend on that screen?
Too long.
Oh, way too
Exactly.
long.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with the gaming PC. You can start at $500 PC, but you can save some money, put it aside. Find a nice game to play for a while, and as you're putting that money aside, you can take that money and you can upgrade it. You can make it better, and you can keep making it better and better and better and better. And before you know it, you have a $4,000 gaming rig. You're the cream of the crop. You're up there.
Cream of the crop for
6
2 years.
Yeah, you're up there. Well, you say, but that revolving cycle of technologies, you also got to remember consoles go through the same thing.
They last just about 8 to 10 years, though.
But on that note, though, I'm going to have to jump into his corner there as well. So I built my PC, God, it was probably 5 or 6 years ago. And I built it at the time. It was really high end. It was great. It could play stuff on Ultra. It's been, like I said, about 5 or 6 years now. And I can still put games on it. Now, I can't run them on Ultra or probably even high. I just run them on like regular. But they'll play them. It'll run through it. So
you still have the options to
I
mod
honestly,
it.
I haven't touched it since. So if I had stayed up, if I had spent, let's say, $100 a year, $200 a year, putting extra pieces in here or there, upgrading those parts, it would be current and it would be a beast and it would still be. And I just chose not to. So
Everyone's afraid
enough.
of this massive price point, and I understand that it can.
That's
be
always
there,
been my worry.
But you don't have to put $2,000 into a PC to make it great.
Yeah.
My PC cost me $1,200. It came with a screen, a keyboard, everything, really nice setup, you know. And I haven't put too much money in. I bought a lot of peripherals for it, and that's about it, you know.
Which are all options that you
they're all
chose.
options.
Yeah.
I don't have to use it. If I wanted to play, you know, Arma without a flight stick and fly planes, I got a mouse and keyboard right there. And I don't need my fancy keyboard that lights up and changes colors, you know. They're all stuff that I want. You know, I have a small sound system for it. I don't have anything big about it. And, you know, that's the thing about PC. I mean, for some gamers, it's size. No one wants to sit at a desk or like that. But there's options around that too. Wireless keyboards, wireless mouses, having it right next to your TV. Well, I'm building a second PC right now. It's going to be real light, $300 machine. It's a home server for all my files. I just load it up into a home network of files, and it's right there connected to my TV. I can watch files. You know, there's so many options.
Like a giant external hard drive.
Exactly.
All right.
That's
So we've
exactly what it
got PC, we've got blue, we've got
I'm both.
tweenish.
I'm both.
He's a teal.
I do want to say the Xbox controller
And we're gonna
rocks.
see 50 Shades of Gray. You ready? I'm just kidding. You
bring
know,
it.
every color oriented. I just figured I had to throw that out there.
I like it.
It got really
red.
sexual real
Yeah,
quick.
PC's the golden heaven.
So
gaming.
real quick, I want to build off the PC thing since it's fresh. So Peter, what's the card name? GTX 1080?
1080.
Okay. So that just hit a new price point, right?
Beast.
That card outhandles the GTX 980 Ti, the Titan, right?
Yep.
And it is less
Blows it
than
out of the
Zen
water.
Titan. And then it also beats two GTX 980s in Sly, which is disgusting because I wanted to do that. And now I can just go out and get this one card for $379.
Which is cheaper than one of them.
So that's good, right? So NVIDIA has now brought down the benchmark of standard, and they've also brought down the price. And they also did it at a good time because Radeon came out and introduced their card that was like crazy expensive, really top of the line, really heavy on graphics and input, and then they come out with this card that's $379.
Do you think this is going to start a new trend?
No, but
What
I
it
do
does
think
show,
it
though-
sets the tech benchmark down. So what that means is now things are going to become way more or less expensive. So me actually building a PC might actually make sense now if it's going to be that cheap.
You can
for
build
some of
one
these
better.
cards.
Yeah, honestly, mine was $1,200 when I bought it. You can probably build one better, if not, or as like mine, or even better, for $400. Guarantee it.
Oh, I guarantee it too. So, and that's a disgusting part too. So now the new tech benchmark is going to come down. So it also gives the opportunity for if new consoles want to update or something else like that, they have to revise and think, because if they put something in there that's something that's only $379 can do now, they are in a sticky situation because that means the update for that makes more sense than getting another console right
Yep.
now.
It does,
So they have to
yeah.
be really careful with that. If the PS4K, those stats actually are true that we read off in a previous episode, that makes complete sense, and that'll be equivalent. You're not going to need much more for that for gaming because
100%.
publishers and developers are not at that standard of a GTX 1080 being the standard.
And they don't need that because they're also not running a billion other things.
And they're not. Right,
See,
correct.
And
they don't.
therein lies though one of the disadvantages of consoles. For my computer, in order to get it, you know, to like next gen, I need to dump maybe, you know, $300 into it.
We just said it was $400.
Well, I'm not talking about the new car. I can get I'm talking like a better card than what I have now. If I want to take it up a generation, it's going to cost me $200-$300 for me.
Just
Why
do
wouldn't you
400.
spend
Just
$80
do
Well,
an $80
But I'm saying it
difference.
would be $200-$300 for me to bring it up a generation. Okay.
Yeah.
And with the console though,
I mean, at least you don't have to buy an
and
i7.
whole brand new console, you don't have the ability just to put in something and upgrade it.
It's true. Fact.
I really think console gaming will eventually be like that. I think
100%.
eventually we're going to see modular
consoles?
modular consoles. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely the way. No, that's the way it's
Yeah,
going to
wait,
go.
modular
absolutely.
consoles? What?
Yeah, where you can remove parts and put parts in.
I absolutely not.
Oh, I totally think
You
it's
don't
going to
think
happen.
so?
Nope.
Absolutely.
I don't think so at all.
I don't think
Console wise, no. PC owns that market. Nobody else will even try modular. Cell phones were gonna go that way with Google.
Yeah, they were about to,
and they were about to go modular. And then after they realized that makes no sense. But
Put the Apple product
The other thing with that too, right? So let me pan over to the darker side of the story, which is Microsoft right now. Phil Spencer, you are fucking up,
All
like
the time.
bad. Like
24/7.
really bad. I'm not telling you how to do your job. I'm just saying you're messing up really bad. You're not listening to the community, which is a shame. You're not putting the money where it needs to go, which is in your product. And then you're also not even going back to the developers or any developers either. You just recently got started again on the Xbox. What's their thing called? It's so bad. I don't even know
the
name.
Neo. I think
No,
That's
their
PlayStation.
their indie thing. What's it called? One Up, Xbox One Up or something.
Something like that. No, like
I don't even know your name for your indie development program. That's how sad it is. And I'm really in tune with this stuff. You guys don't make any waves. You like to keep everything hush hush. Your Gears of War 4 multiplayer open thing was horrible. Oh, Xbox ID. that tells me nothing about what you guys are doing or representing, which is a shame. Because like I said before, I bought 5 Xbox 360s and you guys were like the main thing that I went to. Now I have so much hatred for what you guys do. And even with Windows 10 and everything you're doing with your OS, you are a shame and it is really disappointing.
For me, like...
But, like they've gone steps backwards. They were the reigning supreme leader for like the longest time. And then they lost interest in gamers and the people and everybody they put their trust into.
All about the money.
And it's not even about the money. They thought they could control a vision and where it went. And because you took control like a dictator, you lost me forever.
I think they just like...
And they still can't let it go.
They just kind of lost control.
They're like a really rich Nintendo.
A lot
No,
of...
not even not.
I feel like
not even that. Because if you're still saying that, you don't get it. Because Nintendo's in a better bucket than Microsoft. If the NX comes out and does a better job in advertising,
I can't agree with that.
I
but I'm on
totally
with you.
think it'll be better. Will it sell? Don't get me wrong. Will it sell ever more than Xbox One right now currently is?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
But will it have more fans that are uproaring more than Xbox people right now?
It's possible.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It seems like the only reason people ever bought the Xbox One is because that guy did.
Well,
He's my friend. We play along.
the
line.
Microsoft always does a really good job of making these big announcements that are flary, but they don't have any meat on their bones.
And
that
they don't
really
have any
impress people.
impact.
They're like, hey, you guys, we're gonna do backwards compatible games.
many-
and people lost their minds over it. How many backwards compatible games have people actually played?
They
played
throw them
2.
at you for free. They're like, buy Fallout
lot.
4, which you're going to buy anyways. Go back and play Vegas or Fallout 3, whatever they gave.
yeah.
And I was like, why would I do that to
and then
myself?
they did the same thing with like that indie thing. Now they were like, oh, now you can go in and you have the God, I can't even think of it. The dev kit.
dev kit, yeah.
That's how, but you have to realize that too. Like that wasn't a strategy where everybody should have been like, yeah, well, at least Xbox is more open to indie devs getting their shit. No, it means if you already bought one and you're thinking about it, they want you to come to them because you're programming on their stuff.
Yeah.
They box you into a one window opportunity. It's like you're making a game on an Xbox One. You have to come to us because that's all you've been developing on because we made it free. But now we're going to take most of your cut and thank you for doing this for us.
And what people don't realize too is them saying that there's the dev kit on there doesn't mean you can now develop for it. It means if you were developing a game for an Xbox, you can now test it on it.
on
So
the
it's
Xbox.
not like the dev kit opened up like
You can't just turn it on and create a game.
you can't just turn it on and
Exactly,
create a game. That's not what a dev kit is. That's not how that works. You still have to create your game outside of your Xbox, then you put it over there and you test it. But it was a great way for them to open up and say, "Look what we did for for indie developers." And the masses lost their mind. They were like, "That's really cool of you, Xbox. That's really creative. Why isn't Sony doing this?" Blah blah blah.
But here's the problem.
It had
with
no
that,
meat.
too. There you go. So it's like you make an announcement, but you can't follow up with it. You can't keep your publicity going. You won't even back up your consumers or anybody. You're not backing up shit. Nothing. There is nothing you are backing up. You make all these announcements. You drop a rock in the ocean, and you hope it makes the waves
They're
for you.
firing blanks.
Yeah,
They
firing
come in
blanks.
making the loudest noise, but nothing's getting done.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's going on, and then they have to buy their exclusives.
So,
which
you
is
guys,
just sad.
This got really serious. I'd like to know what you guys think. I want to know what side you're on.
I'll skip
if
my
you're,
PlayStation segment.
I would actually like to
Yeah,
know.
I felt it. We
Like-
literally know what you voted for, literally just by your negatives.
I mean, they did a lot of things.
I have a
and
question for
it's
the
whatever.
community. I would like
Okay.
to know, what would it take for an Xbox One player to come over to PlayStation 4?
I bet you
Come sit
anything.
down in my house with both of mine.
I bet you anything. Their statements are Halo and Gears of War. That's it.
I can't even say Halo. I can't even say they would say Halo.
No, I promise you, that's what you'd get out of that. That's what they'd say.
Well, I want to know.
I'd love
I would
to
like
know. You guys leave us a comment, tweet at us, whatever you want. Let us know what you guys think. If you're an Xbox fan, like, we're not just trying to crap on you. This is genuinely like what we think you guys.
Yeah, that was not directed towards anybody that plays an Xbox.
Yeah.
That's
Just
just
Phil
Microsoft,
Spencer.
the company, on their Xbox dev.
If
stuff
you
right
guys
now.
really
Horrible.
believe in your console, I support that as a gamer. I think every gamer has their own right to pick whatever console they want. I know a lot of people pick because their friends are playing on it. Let us know, you guys. Like I said, we're not just trying to shit on you. We're not just trying to trash on you. Like, let us know. Like, sell us an Xbox, you guys. If like I said, I own one. If you guys really have that passion like we do about the consoles that we love, let us know, you guys. Speak your voice. If you're PlayStation, vote with us. If you're kind of like James, you're in the middle, let us know. Or if you're a
both.
master racer over here, you're probably not listening to this podcast because you're doing something else on your PC.
Yeah, or like reading people's minds from a distance
Yeah.
or something.